Ananya Birla, good to see you. It's Let There Be Love Day. How
I
are you doing?
know. I am so excited. The love has been amazing. Thank you so much to Radio One. Thank you to you. Super excited, super pumped, nervous as well. I can't wait to, continue to see all the love coming in.
This has not been an easy one to do. Also because it has been coupled with the angst of separation. I mean, my heart reaches out to you each time I see a post saying you're missing your mom and dad. Being in LA, working on the music, though professionally, I'm sure you're seeing a lot of highs. Personally, it must have been one of the most difficult singles to put out there. And talk me through that process.
Yeah, 100%. I think it was a very tough decision to decide to stay here and pursue my dreams when COVID hit, because I did have a while to think about it and I could have gone back. But this dream of mine is way too close to my heart. And of course, it comes with compromise, but I'm so, so, so glad that I stayed on. My management has been so supportive of me, Maverick. I wouldn't have it any other way. But yes, it has been tough to be away from them. I miss them very much, but I'm sure I'm going to see them super soon. And they say they're very proud of me, and I'm very happy here. I love the fact that I'm releasing music, and there's so much love coming in. So it's all good. It's all happy. Yeah, super excited.
Lovely. So, this is 4 years after being with a record label. So the decision to go independent, was it always there that I'm going to cut my teeth into the music business by being handheld in the beginning by a record label, and then when I'm ready to fly, I go and fly. Talk about that decision.
So it wasn't planned at all. It just felt like the right thing to do at that time. And it was really, really scary to back off and go independent because you don't have a big label supporting you at that time. So when I came to LA, at that stage itself, I decided to go independent. So when I first came to LA, well, I wasn't a signed artist and I didn't have management. So it was all very new. It was very scary. It was almost like, yes, I had made it in India with all of these platinum singles, but I'm completely new artist starting from scratch here. So it was a real journey. Had to network, talk to people. Um, but as soon as I got management and I got Greg and Matt on board, I had that support that I required. In lockdown, I got the privilege to make. I have a home studio, like a makeshift studio, where I've put up I've got a new manly mic, and I put up yeah, I'll send you guys pictures. I'll send Radio One pictures, but there's like blue cloth and stuff to like help with the sound. So I was making like a song a day, and I kept sending them music, and it was just a lot of fun. I was just writing from my heart. We had a huge bank of songs, um, and there's some very nice songs in there. There truly are. But we just couldn't find that one song to really start with. And as soon as Let There Be Love came from Aaron Pierce, who's a Grammy, I don't even know how many times. He's amazing. He's amazing. Um, it just felt like this is it. This is the song. It's something that I stand for. My voice is sounding good on it, and it's a very appropriate song given what's going on in the world right now. And that's exactly what I stand for. That's exactly what everyone I'm close to stands for. So it was just meant to be. I'm plugging my first single in, but it was just meant to be. And yeah, let there be love.
They always say for a songwriter, uh, when the lyrics come down, it's always the journey that you have traversed thus far. And you do draw upon a lot of your life's journey till that point of time. Post the EP, post, all the work that you've done thus far. Was it more complicated getting the lyrics down? I want to talk about the lyric writing now.
Um, Actually, it was much easier. I think the lockdown really helped me look within even more. And Even though all my previous songs have been very, very authentic as well, I think I just wrote my heart out. I found strength in strength in vulnerability. And I was like, this is it. Life is too short. Everything's transient. We can see it right now with what's happening with COVID. It happened overnight. But what the hell is going on in this world? And there's nothing stopping me now. I'm going to write from my heart. I'm going to connect with people. This is it. And so I think my songwriting process just became even more authentic. I think my sound became even more authentic. And sort of tying in back to your last question, I think going independent has been the best decision. And I think it's been amazing. All the partners and DSPs have been so kind, so supportive. It feels so good. The entire industry has been so nice. All of you guys have been so nice. So having such an amazing management backing me, and uh, everyone working hard, I think going independent was the best decision.
I'm going to now come to a very defining moment of your life over the last few days. You see, as an Indian DJ, if you look up to certain people, there are very few that you can look up to, especially somebody who's been around as long as I have been.
Yeah,
And when I've heard Howard Stern on Sirius, I've gone, whoa, man, that's a
no,
serious DJ. That's somebody who has an incredible body of work around him, and he has his own show on that network. And by that, by that relationship, that network is special to me because my favorite DJ is on that network. And you got played on Sirius on
I
the,
know.
you got playlisted, and that must have been the most incredible moment of your life.
It honestly was. I was crying and it was embarrassing, but I was all over the place that one day. I just didn't know what to feel, how to feel. It was so overwhelming. Um, I've seen many videos. I saw a video of Katy Perry ages ago, when she heard her song. I think it was "I Kissed a Girl," on radio for the first time, and she was like, "Oh my God, my song is playing! Like I can't believe it!" And I think she was crying as well. And I watched that video a couple of years ago and I was like, oh my God, if that was to happen to me, I don't know what I would do. So when I heard Let There Be Love on Sirius XM Hits Top 40, I freaked out. Big moment for me. I can't thank them enough. They heard the song, they loved the song, they played in the next 2 days. It's playing a week before release. Um, couldn't have asked for a better way to step into the global market with this entire dream of going global with my music. So it's just one of those moments that I'll just cherish for the rest of my life. And it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. That's the best part.
Thing of beauty. Now, a lot of people in India do not understand the significance of Maverick. Now, I understand that it's a Live Nation owned, management conglomerate, and people like U2 and French Montana and Madonna and Pitbull have all
Yeah.
been part of it. So, just talk a little bit about Maverick and the kind of people that who are representing you. I mean, we're talking people like Greg Thompson, Matt Shelton. So, talk me through that, please.
So Matt's here. He just flew down from New York, and that kind of, stuff like that sh- personally shows me um, it's very important for me to have people around me who are emotionally invested in what they're doing, and it just makes me so grateful that both of them are so emotionally invested, and likewise I am. Story. When I was meeting all of these different management companies when I first came here, uh, through loads of networking, people through, how it goes. Everyone knows. Um, I walked into the Maverick office and I had a meeting with Greg. I was freaking out a little bit. But there was just something in that room. And there was something at the way he looked at me. And I was like, he's the mentor that I've always wanted. And I need to get signed with Maverick. And at that time, that roster didn't matter to me. It didn't matter whether Madonna was signed, Britney was signed, The Weeknd was signed. In that one moment, all I really felt was that he's the mentor that I've been looking for, just because I haven't had that. I haven't had someone who's ever, it's been very, very intuition led for me. I haven't had A&R per se, and that's no one's fault. It's because India hasn't had that in English music. Um, and then took a lot of back and forth. He basically came back to me and said that he would love to manage me as a senior strategic manager. but we need a day-to-day manager and someone, who can work very, very closely with me, who needs to understand me, who I can understand, blah, blah, blah. So for a while we were looking for that. That's when Matt Shelton enters my life. So Greg calls me one day and says, "Hey, there's this guy called Matt who worked with me at the record label that I was working with. He is really, really nice. I think you guys will get along. I'll connect you guys. Why don't you guys meet?" So Matt was here, and we met at Cafe Gratitude, which is one of my favorite cafes. And it was just a beautiful chat that we had, and we kept talking. And I opened up to him about who I am as a human being, and a couple of things that really, you know, this is for all artists out there as well who are looking for people, uh, honest people around them, genuine people around them. The kind of questions he asked me was to get to know me more as a human being. And other management companies, with all due respect, I loved all of them, wanted to know more about my numbers, more about, the celebrity status of mine in India, which I do understand is important. But Matt wanted to get to know me, my habits, what I like, what I don't like, what type of music I like. And that day itself, I was like, he is the one for me. And then, as luck has it, after the Grammys, and apparently I just heard yesterday that he wasn't going to go as well. There was a Republic party, and we both happened to go for it. It was a huge party, and we could have gone at any time, either of us. We happened to bump into each other in a really weird spot. Just I was with my best friend and my manager at that time, Akshita, who still manages me in India with Matt. Um, and we bumped into each other like, "Hey, Matt," and he was like, "Hey, Ananya," and then we spent the evening together, and everything's history from then. So Matt started managing me very closely, and then Greg is managing me on a strategic level, which Matt is doing as well. It's just a really nice team. So it was just really, really all meant to be. And I know I've gone on for a while on this answer, but just for everyone out there, artists, it's so important to have the right people around you,
Yep.
and I can vouch for that. And if you keep searching, you will find the right people, just like I have, and I'm so grateful.
Yeah, a lot of it is karmic, and from the incident that you just narrated to me about meeting in the party and this and that, it just seems so karmic. Now, for those of you who are watching, listening, Aaron Pierce, the Grammy award-winning producer that Ananya was talking about, has worked with Fifth Harmony, Justin Bieber, Pitbull. So, does he give you some inside dope and stories? I mean,
Um,
you don't have to say them here. I'm just saying, what's the banter while you're working and things like that. Yeah.
I mean, Matt and Greg tell me things that are funny and that are cute that I should, just stories. But with Aaron, it's been more of at least so far, it's been more of hey, let there be love. Are you comfortable with the lyrics? I'm like, I have Giselle, who's my vocal producer in studio. Are you happy with my vocals? Do you think I can beat it? It's been more about let there be love and how we can make that song what it is today and how we can take it next level. So it's been more of more conversations around the song and around the musical journey. So Aaron hasn't given me any insights on anything, but my management does, and I love it.
and
All,
and
all good stuff, all good stuff, just to make me smile and be supportive, and everyone loves what they do. Yeah,
of
we love the
course,
industry.
yeah, and this the song is mastered by Dave Kutch, who's worked with Beyonce and Miley
Yeah.
Cyrus, Chance the Rapper, Justin Timberlake. That's amazing. Is this the first time you're working with Dave? Or have you sent him tracks to master in the past?
No, this is the first time I've worked with him. Uh, he was amazing. He turned it around so quickly. He took feedback from Aaron like without any ego at all. It was just like working with. It was amazing. He's really, really amazing, and I'm not surprised as to where he's reached because he's amazing to work with, and I'm so grateful that he did it because the mix made a huge difference to the song, and then the master just took it next level.
I
Um,
like the artwork for the single. I mean, it's you side profile, with your hair nicely frilling out, and there's a tattoo. Is that one you got? Is that something you actually have? Or do you get it done for
Oh,
the artwork? Wow,
no,
what
no, no,
is
I
that?
had it. So, I think the idea of, well, the concept of surrendering is very, very important to me. And I've learned that more so during this phase because things are not always in our control. And all we can do is surrender to God or to the universe or whatever, or faith or whatever anyone believes in. That's not the point. The point, from what I'm trying to say is, I think surrendering and knowing that I've done everything I can, and now what's meant to be will be, and that's going to be the best thing possible. So this tattoo is basically just praying hands, and it's a form of surrendering. And it's a very special tattoo to me because it signifies that I have to let go after a point. And that's what I did with Let There Be Love as well. All of us have put in so much, hard work into it, and now that the song is released and we can see all of this love, we, all of us surrendered and said, hey, what's going to be is going to be. We've got an American radio, we've gotten radio in all of these other parts in the world, we've gotten, great placements everywhere, people are loving the songs, fans are giving so much love. So yeah, this tattoo has been there, and it just happened to be in the picture. So a quick story on the artwork.
Yeah.
The artwork was supposed to be a different picture, and that was a really nice picture as well, if I'm allowed to say so. But that picture, maybe I'll put it up on my socials, or maybe it'll be a different artwork. I don't know. It had a little bit of pain in my eyes, and which I realized later on. We were just happening to go through the other pictures from the shoot that I did, which was very, very COVID-y, with everyone wearing masks and gloves and all that stuff. It was, the first time we were shooting. And I just came across a picture and I'm like, oh my God, can we please change the artwork? And they were, because we're going independent, Matt had already started injecting the artwork to all the DSPs. And I was like, Matt, I'm so sorry, but we really need to change the artwork. And Greg agreed, Matt agreed. We were on it. So it was almost like I had to follow my heart with it, and it happened for the best because everyone's loving it. I'm loving it, and so yeah, that was not the original artwork that we went with. It just happened to be that we were going through a bank of pictures and we just stumbled upon it, and both Greg and Matt were like, "Whoa, why didn't we see this picture before?" And I'm like, "I have no idea, but we've seen it now, and we really need to change it." So I'm glad that happened.
Tell me about the video. So, who filmed it? Concept? How did you flow with it? Where did you film it?
So the music video is a lyric video, because given what's going on in the world, shooting right now and getting the quality that we want to get, for the fans, I want to give my bestest. And given the situation, I don't think I would have been able to do that, because the crew would have to be very, very limited. Production wouldn't be amazing. I personally don't think I would have had the training that I would require. Um, so I think going with the lyric video was a great idea. It's out there, people are loving it. Um, it's something that we haven't seen before. It's interesting. The visuals are, soothing as well as captivating. And it was done by an agency in India. So, we've been working with tons of Indian agencies as well. And I really want to focus on that because uh, I have never and will never forget my roots. I'm super proud to be Indian, and one of the biggest reasons for me doing what I'm doing is my Indian listeners, my Indian fans, and wanting to make India proud. So, everyone's been super supportive, but even if someone has a thought out there that she's abandoned India or she's forgotten her roots, that's not true at all. The music video, for example, was done by an Indian agency. The styling, a couple of photographs. So there's been loads of people from India who have been a part of this journey. My best friend manager, Akshita, has been working very closely with Matt. So a lot of this has been India driven.
And you're not ruling out the fact that eventually, when we come out of this crisis, you are going to go out there and maybe film a video. Make it as
Wow.
grand as ever. Because I've always enjoyed your videos. They're fantastic. They all have a plot, a storyline.
Yeah.
It just flows very beautifully.
I'm a sucker for good stories. I am a sucker for good stories because I think all of us are stories at the end of the day. But yes, 100% I can guarantee, Matt, music video. Matt did this. So as soon as things get a little bit better, there will be a music video that I will shoot, and I can promise that it's going to be next level. I'm going to give it my best, and yeah, it's going to be
So,
amazing.
so is there a skill that you picked up in lockdown? I mean, a lot of us are working on alternate skills. Maybe an
Yeah.
audio software, maybe cooking up a storm. Is there something that you've picked up during this crisis?
Yeah, I think more than picking up a skill, I just learned a lot about myself and the things that I want to work on. So I think one thing I realized is that it's okay to rest and it's okay to, just chill out sometimes. Because I always thought that hard work is just working, 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 working is what I require. And I realized that no, like, yeah, 60% is work, but the other 40% is spending time with friends, chilling out, looking within myself, self care. So that's one thing I really learned to basically what my song Blackout says, which is to take it easy sometimes. And I had no choice but to take it easy, but to take a step back and take life slowly. And it was really tough for me. Trust me, I used to get like massive anxiety, like, oh my God, I'm not doing enough. What do I do next? And I'm like, I can't do anything. Everything's shut down. I can't do anything. I have to be locked down. So that's one thing I learned. The other thing I learned was how important it is to keep loved ones near you. Became very, very independent, and I was literally just in studio making tons of new music. Um, I've been meditating a lot, and I think that has really helped me to understand myself better, and hence I've started writing music um, even more authentically.
That's nice.
Um,
So, do you do any form of meditation or yoga, or is it just like breath control and basics? Any
uh,
form of meditation?
yeah, so it's I basically meditate on a mantra. Um, and I can go into detail, but it'll just take ages. Maybe the next time we talk.
No, no, that's
Uh,
okay. That's
I meditate on Om basically. So R-O-O-M. And it's basically the vibrations that it creates in your brain, and it's really, really helped me grow. So to anyone out there who is a little bit lost or doesn't know what to do, meditation will change your life.
that's lovely. And what do you do for food? Do you have takeaway, or do you have a house help who helps you? Are you whipping something up in the kitchen? How are you managing on that front?
Um, I have not cooked. I cannot cook because I will either cut my own hand or I will set the house on fire. My parents have strictly told me to stay away from the kitchen. Lata, whose birthday it was, well, today is Lata's birthday. She's doing
Oh
my,
yeah, I saw something on social media. How
yeah,
lovely that was.
he doesn't let me enter that area at all. So she's been cooking all the Indian meals, ghar ka khana, like we say, home food, which I love. Lola, my best friend, has been making yummy udon and water chestnuts, and I have survived on these two for ages, and I haven't gotten bored of them. So kudos to Lola. And then, of course, takeout, but very healthy stuff like avocado toast and um, but yeah, I have been stepping out with my friends whenever I can, and I have been unhealthy as well. I love my cheese platters. I love, Midnight Moon and Brie and all that stuff. So I love cheese. I had fondue the other day, and it was with truffle, and it was just so yummy. So uh, I love certain types of food as well. The only thing is I cannot eat spice at all, at all. Like I just my body can't handle it. My stomach gets messed up. I get a bad bout of IBS, and it's bad. So other than spice, I'm pretty much okay with everything, and I'm vegetarian.
And I like the fact that you're making use of your driveway, but at least trying some skateboarding. How much have you progressed in that department?
Oh no, I fell way too much.
Ow.
And then I was like, I think my best skill is just to stay in studio and make music. So I tried a little bit, but I fell down quite a bit, and I was like, I don't want to break bones right now. So I went back in the studio and I continued writing. But hey, I tried.
But listen, when you were in school, you were playing sport, weren't you? I mean, apart from
Yeah.
totally being into studies and being head girl of school and things like that,
Yes. I was way too keen. I look back and I cringe a little bit. Uh, but yesterday I was talking to Lola, and I have to say this story because it's funny. In her board exams, she got 94%, and we were
Ooh.
in London when she got her results. And she was so upset that she got 94% because she thought she was going to get 100% in math. And she got 97%, and she didn't get out of bed the entire day. She got 94%.
Jeez,
Can you
that's an
believe that?
overachiever.
Yeah. Anyways, don't know what happened to her since. No, I'm kidding. She's lovely. Uh, yeah, I was in basically I used to play tons of sports, but my favorite has always been football, like they call it soccer in America. I played for Fulham about 10 years ago, which was amazing. And I take the ball out and I played just the street out on the other side. There's graffiti
Nice.
all over. So it's street football. It's a sport that's very close to my heart. So yeah, I play football even on PlayStation. When I'm in India, currently I'm obsessed with NFS. But football has taken me through a lot of. I played in Oxford. I've played since I've been in kindergarten. I have played football. Yeah,
Now, so what is the workout routine now that you've got the meditation down, and you're
yeah.
doing a bit of street football? Do you do Pilates, yoga, this, that, or you just go with the flow? On days you want to work out, you work out.
So I used to do a lot of boxing,
Hmm.
um, but I have a very weak back. So it's very important for me to work on my core, so that my other muscles support my back. So when I was playing football, I had a couple of bad falls, and I had a little bit of a slip disc a while ago. So I have to be very careful with my back. So yeah, a lot of physical training. I have reduced the boxing because there's too much pressure on my back. But yoga helps massively. Body weight exercises. Um, I think my main aim, of course, everyone wants to stay in shape. Of course, everyone wants to look good. But the most important thing is to work out to feel good, because it releases the happy hormones, like they say. And to be fit, I don't want to have back issues when I'm 30 and not being able to walk. So I've been working on that. Tons of stretches. But yeah, like you said, currently, because I'm in this, I was in studio so much, and now the song is releasing, and now I'm promoting it. Um, I haven't been very, very disciplined with myself where that is concerned. And I'm very lucky to have genes that keep me in shape. But yeah, I have been working out. It's not like I haven't done anything at all. I just haven't been as strict with myself as I will now be.
What is Maverick and your plan as far as collaborating with other artists are concerned? I mean, you've had the Sean Kingston collaboration. You know, you've collaborated with those Nigerian hip hop stars, Vector, and things like that. So,
Yeah.
does going independent mean Ananya is going to be on her own for a while, and then we might see some of those collaborations with other artists, or are you saying no? I mean, I'm open to it right away.
Um, Opened it right away. However, right now, I think the main focus is Let There Be Love, which is out, and I'm super pumped. Um, I think, uh, I think, the main focus right now is to establish myself as a global artist, which we're doing, which we've already started. And hopefully we'll get there, slow and steady. Um, but yeah, collaborations are always lovely. I have grown tons when I've collaborated, whether it was with World and Vector, whether it was with Sean, whether it's been with Aaron. Collaborations always help so massively because you learn about someone else's thought process. You learn about how they work, and then they learn about how you work, and then you can find a middle ground, and you can learn up skills so it's just such a beautiful process. So always open to collaboration. um with the whole independent thing is concerned, let's see how that goes. The world is changing so fast that it's impossible to have an answer. So currently just focusing on Let There Be Love. We have a couple of more songs in the pipeline which we're super excited about. But yeah, I'm so happy just to say that again, that Let There Be Love is getting so much love. Thank you so much to
That
everyone.
actually preempts my next question, which is how often are there going to be releases? As and when, like you said, you already have a huge body of work that's just lying there for you to just, polish and put out.
Yeah.
Are you looking at, singles every few months and then an EP and then an album? Is there a roadmap to that? Or are you just taking it one tiny micro step at a time?
So there is a roadmap. There are tons of songs that we want to release. Having said that, again, because of this changing times, it's impossible to really say, okay, we want to release a song next month. Okay, we want to release a song the month after that. It's just so even though there is a plan, it's flexible, and of course, I would like it to be, in stone, but it's just so times are changing so much. Maybe things go right back to normal. But yeah, we have a plan in place, and hopefully, we'll be able to run with it. Having said that, we're super flexible. So let's see how it goes.
What's on your phone? What are you listening to apart from Let There Be Love? Any other artists that have really impressed you? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm listening to Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles a lot. It just makes me dance. I'm having a phase where I'm listening to tons of Britney Spears. So everywhere I go in the car, it's Britney, bitch. Um, um, uh, and I've been listening to Rockstar by the Baby a lot. Um, Ed Sheeran has made a big comeback in my life. So, Lego House, A Team, the A Team, Castle on the Hill, all of his stuff.
Oh, you've gone back to earlier Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so yeah, I think that's currently what's.
I'm going to sign off by talking about Empower. I mean, you were really involved with it. Kudos to both your parents. I mean, your dad is so deeply involved in a lot of culture.
Yeah,
We were executing this theater project for him, and then
yeah,
your mom and you doing what you do with Empower. And this particular phase, lockdown, has seen a lot of crisis in that department because there are people who are facing domestic violence, there are people
yeah,
who are facing mental health issues because of being completely locked down.
yeah.
And that must be a particular concern with you. You're still keeping in touch with what's happening on Empower on a daily or weekly basis with your mom and the team?
Yeah, so of course, my main focus has been music, will always be music. Having said that, we launched a helpline called One on One, completely free of cost, anonymous. We have certified therapists on the other side. It's in 3 different languages. Currently, it's only in Maharashtra, but the first day itself, we got about 2,000 calls. So I think people need that. You can call and talk about anything you want to talk about. So that's something that we worked on and we launched as soon as we could. We didn't plan to launch it when we launched it, but everything was there, and we were like, it's really time to get it out there because times are getting tough, and I think it would really help people. So we got that rolling. Um, I'm launching my own foundation very soon, the Ananya Birla
Nice.
Foundation, which will do tons of work, not just in the mental health space, but just equality, women's rights, stuff that I stand for. Just trying to make the world a more compassionate, a more loving, and a more selfless place. So yes, very much involved still. However, music is my first priority, and I am loving and I am very grateful that my platform is increasing, not just in socials but generally as well. And I talk about mental health as much as I can, my own mental health and my own struggles that I've had in the past, and how you can just the way I got through it because I did, anyone can. And I say that, I urge people to reach out for help when required. I urge people to listen to other people around them. It's so important to break the stigma around it. So I've been doing a lot of, I don't like to say that I'm an advocate, but because I don't know what that exactly means, but I love and I will always talk about it. And that is one huge reason as to why I do what I do.
I love your fash. So what do you do? I mean, it's so streetwear, but at the same time, we can find you in designer threads. So who are your favorite designers? Where do you pick your clothes out of? Tell us about that.
I'm a sneakerhead. That's one thing I can say for
Yeah,
sure.
Air Jordan. You got
Yeah,
an Air Jordan cake. That was so
I
cool. Whose
did.
idea was that? Whose idea was that?
Um, I have this really nice guy in LA who is a collector, and we're friends. So whenever he gets a new shoe,
Awesome.
before it even releases, I have copped it. Um, so I make sure that I keep that in my monthly budgets every month. That this much is going to be used on my sneakers. Uh, so my sneaker is something I'm very, very passionate about. It's for me, it's almost like I'm wearing a piece of art. That's the way I look at it. I have to be wearing my bracelets and a Rolex watch just because I love it. But yeah, I love mixing up, like you said, like streetwear. I love my beanies, my hoodies, but then I like wearing my dresses and my heels. So it's a mix of everything. I kind of just go with how I'm feeling. I love my colors, like I'm wearing a Moschino
It's
very
so cool.
today. But then I love wearing like blacks, grays, and bone colors as well. So
Is
it's
there a
just how
designer that you really like?
very, very tough to say. There's so many talented people out there. There's a brand called Daniel Patrick, which I've been wearing loads just because. So a pair of sweatpants, for example, super comfortable, but you can wear it out as well just because it's very, very stylish. And it's the best of both worlds because I love being comfortable and I like looking good. Who doesn't like looking good? And it does both. So Daniel Patrick is a brand that I've been wearing tons. Um, so I would say that's been my brand for the month, Daniel Patrick.
Hey, you had your bestie Anusha over and stay with you in
Yeah,
LA? Yeah, that was so cool. You guys
she's
did
still
some
here.
singing together and stuff.
It was loads of fun. We just laugh. We have a very, very genuine friendship. We laugh all the time. We're very vulnerable with each other. I open up to her, she opens up to me. It's just like a normal friendship, like best friends, and we just happen to be in the public eye, and we share that as much as we can or we want to. It's not planned; it just happens. So she came to LA and she surprised me. Um,
Wow.
she literally came outside my home door and she hadn't responded for like a day and a half, and it's very unlike her. So I was kind of worried. I was like, is she okay? She's in lockdown. The next thing I know, she's actually in LA. So it's been lovely. She was here for my birthday weekend, and she's literally just staying about 7 minutes away from me. So we've been hanging out tons. We go on our hikes. We meet to have heart-to-heart conversation. So it's almost like a piece of home uh, has come to LA. So it was
Great.
really nice. Yeah.
I'm going to quote you at the end of this interview. Let there be love.
Hey, thank you so much. It's always such a pleasure talking with you. And,
Same here,
one
my
thing I
dear.
always say, which I'll say again, is Radio One and you guys have supported me from day one. This is from, before meant to be even went platinum. So thank you so much. And I am very grateful and I owe you guys tons. And I hope that the song continues to do well. And thank you for your love. And I love you guys.
Love you too, Ananya. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.
Thank
See
you
ya.
so much. Bye.